What's going on, guys? Fun with Knives back again, and let's talk about the CruCarta Military 2 here. All right, I've actually had this knife for several months now, I guess, but it just hasn't seen a lot of pocket time, and that's for one very specific reason I want to get into in just a second. But it's not my first kind of venture into the CruCarta world. I got this Mannix 2 in the CruWear steel and the micarta handles. Love this knife. I've always loved the Mannix, and it's hundreds of variations, but this one is up there with being my favorite. It's just a kick-ass knife. I've honestly thought about buying another one just in case they discontinue it for some reason, but got the cool little upgrades I like to do on Spydercos. But great knife, good enough that I wanted it in a PM2, of course. Kind of hard to go wrong with a CruCarta PM2. This one I've only had for a week or two, so obviously not a lot of use on it yet, but I did swap the clip out already, another Lynch Northwest one. But this Military 2 actually came not long after I got that Mannix 2 in CruCarta, but I just haven't carried it much. Haven't had a Military or another Military 2 model in the past, so I thought, why not go with a steel that I like, CruWear, and some micarta handles. But the main problem I had was the pocket clip situation. It ships with the standard spoon Spyderco clip. It's great. But like most Spyderco models, it comes tipped down. So it was right-hand side, tipped down. So very simple fix. T6 screws, swap it, put it onto the other side. My clip just refused to stay on. So I just kind of thought this was user error. I swapped it and carried it lefty for a little while, and same issue. And I think what the problem was is, partly on me. I think I kind of stripped the very end of those screws off, the very base of the screws. So the last couple of, turns wasn't really grabbing anything. Didn't really have the thread depth to do much. So what I did was just use some Lynch Northwest spare hardware. They ship this with every clip, to my knowledge, that they sell in case you lose your OEM hardware, you just want to swap it out. But those are the same screws. I mean, it's still T6. I'm almost positive it's the same length of screws. So I must have really just damaged the OEM ones, because I swapped to this clip here and the clip has stayed on. And I'm crossing my fingers here. I've only carried this for a day, but I did feel them go into the threads, bite, and it seems like it's holding on. It's got good tension and it's not swaying. And I did throw a little blue Loctite on each one. But the weird thing is, I think these screws that ship with this knife, or at least this one in particular, are just too short. Like, they don't reach far enough to grab many threads within the liner itself. So I don't know if this is a common issue. I wish that would focus for me. It's probably not going to see in there. But I've never really had this problem on another Spyderco. Like, for example, I know these are T8 pocket clip screws of the Mannix, but again, hard to see in there. But you can see the ends of these screws on the inside of the liner. So they're passing all the way through the liner, a lot of threads engaging there. And just kind of thought that's how it was. The PM2 here, maybe not quite as deep on those screws. Again, I know it's hard to see, but these Military 2 screws, at least through this through this micarta scale, seem to be going like a couple of turns in. Like they're still deep within that hole. They're not grabbing a lot of threads within that stainless steel liner. So super weird. I hope it lasts. I mean, this knife has been awesome. Not quite ready for a full review. Obviously hasn't seen enough pocket time to do so, but it's a kick-ass knife. I like it a lot. I couldn't carry it because I was terrified the clip was just going to unscrew throughout the day. I mean, this was at the bottom of my pocket when I first got it, because the clip just fell off. So I don't know if I need to look into grabbing some different hardware that's, a millimeter or two longer. But is this something that you guys have seen before on this model, or on a different, or on any Spyderco, any knife? I just don't know if I'm overthinking this, or I just kind of user errored, the first set of screws or something. But love to hear you guys' thoughts on it. Thanks for watching, and remember, have fun with your knives.